Hello, everybody.
Hello.
So
Happy Tone Wars.
Welcome to Tone Wars. This is our typical Sunday night live stream where we just hang out with you guys and we talk about the previous episode, which is last Sunday, where we did a clinic live on the road. In a brewery, which was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And I released an episode on, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday, about the Friedman JJ Jr. combo amp. We could talk about that. And the big news is we're going to talk about Sunday.
Next week.
Next week, we are doing our
December 1st.
The rematch between the Axe FX 3 and the Kemper, and there's a twist.
Bring Jay back with his Axe FX 3.
That's right.
And we're also going to taste some good beers with him, too. Right?
Oh, yeah. We're going to have a beer tasting before that. So the guys that are coming on the show, just so you guys know, we're going to have a really cool meal and a beer tasting before we go on. So we're going to do that. And this particular episode for next Sunday is going to be with a twist.
It's a game changer.
Yeah, it's a big game changer. So we're going to do things a different way. And we also have like a bonus kind of round that I think is going to be really, really interesting for you guys. And as soon as this fills up a little more, we'll talk about that so we don't have to be repetitive. What else are we discussing tonight?
What we're thankful for.
Yep, what we're thankful for. And we want to see what you guys are thankful for, too.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of cool.
Thanksgiving is upon us.
Yeah, let's throw some of that around. Looks like we got 12 people's building up.
Well, I'm going to say hi to Josh.
Yeah.
Josh Chair.
Hey, Josh, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. Tonight's going to be pretty laid back. I will be doing some playing and some demos, but we're going to be talking and hanging out about some past, previous, and future episodes and other things that we mentioned. Hey, Paul, how you doing, Paul?
Howdy.
And Jim, what's going on, Jim Sieben?
Helix Banana. Now that's
Darren.
Australia,
yeah,
right?
That's Darren West.
Darren from Australia.
What's going on, Darren? How's your shoulder, man? And then we got Derek Morrell. Is it Merrill or Morrell? Yeah.
I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out. Yep. How you doing, Derek? Thanks for joining us. And we got 13 now. We got other people.
Nice.
I'm sure Ben, if you're out there, Ben Burnett, sound off. I'd like to see your name in the chat.
I know one thing I'm thankful for is Dave Rebell and his honey spice whiskey.
Yes.
40 Creek.
Yes. Dave is awesome. He's our Canadian connection. Yep. By the way, cheers.
I like that Canadian connection. Cheers.
Yeah. Tonight I'm doing Buffalo Trace, though, because I'm trying to save you. As much as I love the honey spice, I keep it here. So I sneak it.
You sneak little snips.
I sneak it all the time.
Sneaky sipper.
Mm-hmm. That I am. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good stuff. So.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I am thankful for Tone Wars and for you and for the platform and for the times that we share.
Thank you.
Doing this and building this together.
Yeah, likewise. I really am, because there's I'm thankful for all that you do, and for this channel, and for us to have something to look forward to every week.
Yeah.
And we're especially thankful to all you guys watching, because honestly, I know this sounds tired and people say it all the time, but it's the truth. I mean, if you guys weren't watching and joining us and commenting and sharing and all the stuff that you're doing, we would have no reason to do this. We could just hang out upstairs and
right.
I don't know, and watch TV or I don't know, whatever. Yeah, So yeah, exactly. So it really is an honor. It really is. It's something that we cherish and we are very grateful for, and we will never take for granted that you guys actually watch this and hang out with us, and you're part of our Tone Wars world and our family. We really, really enjoy that very much. So. Without you guys, we have no reason to come down here and do this every Sunday.
Right. I don't think being grateful is ever tired.
No, it's not. But what I mean is like when everybody says, well, without you, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, seriously, I know it sounds like you guys have probably heard that before, and I'm not saying people that say that don't mean it, but I just don't want to overuse it. But I mean, seriously, without you guys, we wouldn't have a reason to do this. So.
Good evening, Ben.
Oh, there he is.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Cheers.
Cheers. So, yes, we have Mule Blues. What's going on, man? And Brett Murphy. What's happening, man? What's going on? Good evening. And Paul Smith says, I dig Tone Wars, so I'm thankful for you guys. Well, thank you, man. Seriously, we really appreciate that. Appreciate you being here. And to Paul, I was grateful. I'm still grateful for him bringing over that Atomic CLR cab, because I didn't know where I was going to find one for a shootout.
Really, and all of the viewers that have offered their equipment and time and have come up here, I mean, we're just grateful and thankful, and we just want to make sure that we are expressing and communicating that to you guys. We know that it's not easy lugging your gear all over the place and hauling it out of your truck and bringing it in the basement and stuff, but we sure appreciate it, and I know that the rest of our viewers do too.
Yes, I think I had I have a track in the phone here, and I think it was refeeding through here. I'm sorry, guys.
Uh-oh.
It was probably confusing everybody. I muted track, but I think this is the other track I had. So I apologize, guys. I didn't mute that. So we'll find out. Let us know if it's muted now.
I'll say. Brett Murphy, watching while playing my new Taylor 210 CE.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
Awesome.
Taylors are acoustic guitars, right?
Yes, they are probably the best. They're arguably the best acoustic guitars out there. I mean, they're amazing. They sound incredible. It's something about the way that they're chambered and built, and then the electronics inside. It just makes them sound amazing. So, yeah. So again, guys, I apologize if I was having like a double stream going on here. I thought I muted everything, but I didn't.
Ben was in here, and now he's not.
Oh, well, he'll be back.
Well, maybe I read the name wrong. Maybe it was Brett. Brett, I just saw the B.
Well, I'm
Brett
sure.
Brett said good evening.
Good evening, yes. Well, let's talk about last week's episode real quick, where we went live at the brewery, and we were invited out to do a friend of ours, Tim Drexler, who's from Blue to Gray. He invited us out to do a live stream at his event, where he had a bunch of friends just get together and set up all their gear and just kind of just show each other what kind of gear they play and why, and you know, all that kind of stuff. So, so we
got to meet. Now his name is gonna. He was very helpful. What was his name?
Oh, Steve.
Yes, excuse me.
Steve. Yeah, we got to meet Steve for the first time. I've corresponded with him via messaging
viewer.
and stuff. Yeah, and he's a really, really cool guy. Steve Shaheen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and he was very helpful. He helped us load in and tear
cool
down.
Guy, very helpful.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Great player too.
Yeah.
You know, he plays a lot of that crazy double tapping like stuff.
He had a super cool Kiesel guitar. Custom Kiesel.
Yeah, that was really cool. So yeah, we had a great time that day. We went out there as a 2-hour drive. We set up all the gears. We brought out I brought out the Kemper floor. I brought their Kemper stage. I brought out my 2 Mesa 212s. I brought out the Synergy rig with the Helix and the Syn 5050 power section that I ran everything through. We mic'd the cabs. We brought out our PA so we can run sound for the whole brewery. Plus, we live streamed to you guys through the main outs on the PA through the iRig Pro Duo on the iPad. So it was an undertaking doing that episode. I mean, it was really, really.
Yeah, but now we know we can do it. So if any of you are having events and in this area would like Tone Wars to show up.
Yep, and that's actually a goal of mine. I've been wanting to do for a long time, is I would love to do clinics. I'd love to show up and have face-to-face clinics with people, and then have them come up and try stuff. So it'd be different, because most clinics you go to, people don't try things. They just kind of sit and watch you try everything and talk about it. But I want people to bring their guitars and come on up here. I want you to have let's see what this guy's first impression is of this piece of gear in a real situation.
And I can see it growing over time too. Initially, when there's 20 to 50 people, it's easy to just have an open floor. But then if you're going to have a couple hundred people in the future, you sign up. Bring your guitar. You have a sign-up sheet to come. As your marketing and advertising, and and we can still do that. You just got to plan it.
Yeah, you're right, because I think it's imperative to have organization and and all that kind of stuff, and you're the queen of organization. But I mean, the thing is
that's what you're thankful for.
Yeah. Yeah, how organized you are, and all the behind the scenes stuff that you do that a lot of people don't get to see, like the spreadsheets. And I mean, like when we do the live streams, I'll do a quick little jaunt here. When we do the live streams, she does all the prep for the tallying of scores, as far as like the shootouts and stuff like that.
So hard.
Yeah. Well, you make it look easy, so too bad. You can't say it's hard anymore. So you tally up the scores, yeah, and there are nights where it gets pretty hot down here.
Oh, that's true. I was being facetious, but it is kind of sweaty down here. It gets
hot down here, yeah. And you get all these people down here.
Bunch of dudes.
Yep, but I fixed that. I got you a fan.
That's right.
So,
a remote control fan.
Yeah, so you're good. So I'm grateful for that, because someone's got to keep track of the scores and all that kind of stuff, and it just keeps things on the up and up.
Yeah.
So that way I can concentrate on dialing stuff in and choosing things and interacting, and you can just keep the scores and you do though, you keep track of the comments and stuff too, and questions. But
I love doing this. I do. Fun. Who else is in here right now? NGD Guitar. He said, by the way, it's Nick. He's looking forward to dialing in some custom tones next week.
Oh, sweet. Yes. What's up, Nick? Yeah, Nick's coming over next week. Bring your favorite beer to the beer tasting, too. We're just going to do flights, and we're going to try to keep ourselves from, not, we don't want to be inebriated, but
right.
We want to keep it lighthearted, but yeah, we're going to have some fun with that.
1969-86 is in there. Says that he loves the show. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, buddy.
Could you ever show how to set up the Kemper going Power Cab 212? I'm running with XLRs.
Power Cab 212.
That's what it said.
So set up to the Kemper.
Could you ever show how to set up the Kemper going Power Cab 212? I'm running with XLRs.
Yeah, I can do an episode like that. I'm actually gonna start a thing where I can do what do you call that?
How-tos?
Yeah, but it's more of a consulting. Yes.
Oh, there
yeah,
you go.
I'm gonna start a consulting thing where for a nominal fee I could do like a FaceTime with people and spend time with you and go over things, like, because honestly, like, I can save you a ton of time.
A ton of
time on your rigs. Yeah, it was a good save. I could save you a ton of time now with your rigs and setting things up and avoiding rabbit holes and stuff like that, and I'm working on that right now. Because I do it. I own a pressure washing business too, and I've done that with that too. Yeah. I've actually had guys, that I've consulted with that and helped them shave years off the learning curve of their businesses, because I've been doing it for 20 years. So it's there's a lot you learn, and you could save people a lot of time and aggravation and expense, wasted money. And that's honestly the same thing with gear. Like, I can do that for you with gear, because there's a lot of things I've bought and wasted my money on, only to find out.
Time.
Yeah. So you buy this thing that's supposed to do this stuff, and it doesn't do any of the things that you want it to do right, and you spend weeks or hours or days messing around with it, looking things up, and then you end up finding out this thing's a piece of crap. It doesn't do anything that I want it to do. So I can help you with that. I don't know everything about all gear, but I mean, if it's something that I know about and I'm sure I can help you, I will definitely FaceTime. FaceTime with you, and we can get it worked out. So yeah, I can do that. Yep, and that's coming soon. So, but where was I when I went off on that, John? I was talking about, was I talking about the Kemper?
Were you explaining the fight night?
I think I was.
Coming up?
Wasn't I?
I don't know. Yes, I feel like we were talking about...
We were talking about clinics, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we were talking about the clinics, what I'd like to do.
Oh, and then having people try out the gear.
Yeah. So we want to do it in a different way, because the thing is when you go to an average store, and God bless all the stores out there, and they can't keep track of all the patrons coming in and plugging things in and unplugging and breaking cords, and I get that. So my goal with clinics is this. I want to set up a clinic where I can show up, bring all the gear that I have, and have it dialed in to my, at least what I think is a good level of standard. Bring it in and dial it in for that, so that you're not trying something out in a store that's like, it's not, Because, I mean, the first time you shake hands with a piece of gear, you're not going to dial it in properly. No offense, but that's the same for me.
Yeah.
But I've had all this gear for a long time. It's all dialed in right. So when you come up and try it, you're trying it out in optimal conditions.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's like you're going to plug into it and be like, oh my God. That's why a lot of times when people come on the show for like, I hate my Kemper, within 2 or 3 profiles, they're like done. And it makes it look like, oh, that's all pre-planned.
Well,
no.
You've already wasted your life trying.
Yeah, I've already done the frustrating stuff. So
he's
like
only 25 people. Look at him.
What's that?
He said he's only 25.
Yeah.
So look at him. He went down the rabbit hole and came back like that.
Ta-da! Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I've been down all that, so it's nice to be able to help people out, you know, and save them all that time. You know, so...
Wayne is in here. He says, "Hi, guys. I'm an Axe guy, but I like your show."
Thank you. Thank you.
I just got my Axe 3 about a week ago with 2 Laney LFR 112 cabs, and it sounds amazing.
I want to try those so bad. I want to try those cabs so bad.
Who is bringing the Axe Specs 3 to Fight Night? So Jay is coming. He's bringing his back.
Yep, Jay Croft is bringing it, and we're really enjoying getting to know him. He's a great guy. And all the gear out there is good. You know, it's all the the platforms out there are good. It's just a matter of what one works for you. I mean, the reason why we do the fight nights is, you know, the best piece of gear is the only piece of gear that's in the room that you're playing, and we want people to be able to, depending on their taste and their experience and all that and their needs, to be able to see what multiple guys or girls think of. You know, this kind of stuff when it's parked next to a competitor, you know, at the same level. So, yep.
We still have our Tone Wars t-shirts and 1 bowling shirt left. So if you guys are in the market for a Tone Wars shirt, you can message Jared your size. We do not have 2XL. I'm really sorry. We have small, medium, large, extra large. So... message Jared your size and address, and he'll do he has Square, right? Or PayPal, Square, whatever it is. I got
PayPal. Yep.
So $25 t-shirt, and then $45 for the bowling shirt. The 1 bowling shirt that we have left is an extra large, so maybe that would make a lovely Christmas gift for someone.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah, Vox Pathfinder is here. What's going on, man? How you doing? He says, hi, Jared and Carrie.
Yep. How about Kemper with the Fender Twin model versus Fender Tone Master Twin amp? Same guy from Vox Pathfinder.
If I can find an amp, you know, I don't mind I would never mind putting any digital platform up against whatever amp that it's mimicking or replacing or whatever to see if it really does the thing really well, because we did that. We didn't put it up against Chris's Bad Cat amp, but we did use his Bad Cat amp in the Help I Hate My Kemper episode. So we were able to actually shoot the Kemper out with the Bad Cat itself. We A-B'd it live on the show, and we found something that sounded, and Chris even said, I think I kind of like the Kemper better here, you know, so... Yeah, I mean, I love comparing it to other things, because that's what keeps gear in check. That's what keeps us in check, too, because, like I said, there's so many people where it's like, oh, I got this thing, and it's amazing, and it's like, it's like, oh, I'm glad you like that, you know, but then a week later, they're like, yeah, I compared it to everything's amazing until you compare it to something that actually is amazing, and then you'll find out, you know. But then again, all the stuff right now, the level of quality to all of it has been much better than it was 10 years ago, that's for sure.
Will Plus Music says that he's not impressed with his Kemper in a live situation. Any advice?
Are you local? I mean, I'll help you either way, but if you're local, we can really help you. We could bring you on for an episode and go through that. I mean, that's definitely something that... See, I think while he's, you know, thinking of, you know, typing or whatever, I'll say this for everybody. With a live scenario, I think the biggest probably mistake that even I've made is you pick profiles that sound great by themselves, but you don't check them with a mix until you get on stage, because that's the only time you could ever check them with a mix. So you get on stage and then you're like, oh my God, it's like buried in the mix and it's dull sounding, and it's like, that's one of the things that you always should check is, in a mix, it should stand out really well. So I always check your profiles in a mix. I mean, these days, most people have like miniature like recording studios at home. I mean, if you got a computer and an interface, you got a recording studio. Just get some cheap software and put like some backing tracks of your band. If you record in a studio, just ask the engineer just say delete my guitars and send me the mix so I can check my stuff too. I can check my profiles. And it's not the Kemper, it's the profile that's the issue,
Will Plus Music lives in Florida.
Oh, well.
You could buy us a couple plane tickets. We'd love to come down and help.
Especially this time of year.
But maybe this fits into your consulting service. Maybe you could FaceTime him.
Yep. I could definitely do that.
You can reach out to him. You can go to our Tone Wars page on Facebook and send us a message. We'll
work
get
out
it going.
The details.
Darren Moore says hello. Hello, everybody.
Hey, what's up, Darren? How you doing, man?
Let's see. We had a couple things I missed here. Wayne Y. So he was the one that... Wayne Wise. I'm an axe guy, but he likes the show. He got his axe about 3 weeks ago. So he said that he lives about a half an hour north of us. So let him know if he want to try his cabs. He'd love to hear your Kemper through them.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. We should do that. Definitely get a hold of me on Facebook. You can message me if we're friends on Facebook. Obviously, message me through there,
or through Tone Wars.
Or you can message through Tone Wars page, and we'll hook up. I mean, it's funny. I've been meeting a lot of people because of this, and a lot of people that we meet, like Steve Shaheen, great guy. I enjoyed really hanging out with him. We'll be hanging out again soon. He'll be on for another shootout. I just keep meeting all these great people. I'd love to hang out and check those cabs out. We can shoot them out and do whatever.
Will says he'll definitely reach out. He always watches us here. And thank you so much. He said thank you, and we say thank you back.
Yes, thank you.
He says sometimes he can't even hear the delays and effects when he's performing, so he'll have to turn... Let's see. So I have to turn it up into the 80s and 90s to hear it. Aw.
Yeah, my delay on my Kemper is about 75%. If that helps you, like 75% is usually what I have it at. But that's kind of here for studio.
Right. What type of music do you play? What style or genre?
Yep, that's what we got to find out. Right. And what we can do too is I got backing tracks coming out of my ears. So I mean, you can always what we can do is get together and I'll test it out in my backing tracks, and then I think that minimally it would get you a lot closer, and then you can kind of fine tune it from there.
Yeah. Brett Murphy says he has a Fender Blues Deluxe. I remember seeing that in the Kemper when I was over. More than welcome to AB them.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
We'll do that. We'll have Brett over. I can't talk. I've had a long week. I've enjoyed hanging out with Brett a couple times now. So, yeah, absolutely. We can do that.
We're caught up.
Yeah, so we're caught up. So what else are we, what's on the agenda here? We want to talk about next week's fight night?
Yeah.
Yeah, so next week's fight night, we got...
December 1st.
Yep.
We're going on at 6 again?
Yes.
So an hour earlier,
Yes,
guys.
Hour earlier, so we're going on at 6 Eastern Standard Time, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So here's the big deal with it. We're going to do a rematch between the Kemper and the XFX3. And this time, what we're going to do is we're going to have everybody that came over last time.
Yeah.
They're going to come sit in this chair, and they're going to have a Friedman cab, which is still here.
But they're coming over earlier, not just an hour before like normal, right?
Exactly, yeah. They're coming over early, and what they're going to do is sit in this chair. They got the Friedman cab right here, and they're going to spend time with Jay. We'll be at the table here where Carrie's sitting. And he is going to dial in the XFX3 for these guys, and they're going to get about 20 minutes each with Jay. And he's going to, less of this, more of that, whatever they want. He's going to say, and we're not going to stop until they're satisfied and they say, this sounds amazing. So they're going to pick their amp, like let's say they like a Friedman, okay? So they're going to come down and say, well, I want to play like a Friedman amp, model. And then... a Friedman BE or something. Okay, so Jay's going to dial all that in for him on the same cab that we're going to do the shootout with, blind. And and within about 20 minutes or so, they should be able to get what they want and say, okay, is this something that you would play live? Yes, I like this. I like how it sounds. I like how it feels. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, boom. And then Jay's going to go through the line of guys.
Yep.
And then we're going to take a break, rest our ears, come back down. Yeah, drink some beer, come down, and then do the same thing with the Kemper.
Yeah.
Same amp, profile that, so if it's a Friedman on the axe, it's a Friedman on here. EVH, same thing. So then they're going to dial it into their taste on the Kemper as well. So these are guys not judging profiles that Jay and I dialed in.
And they're only going to do
1 amp each.
Yeah, 1 amp each. So this
just
is
one.
Not going to be a super duper.
Yeah, it's not going to be a marathon. So it's just 1 amp each. Okay. So these guys are they're going to dial everything in themselves. Then we'll take another break, have some dinner, and then we go live. Okay, and then that'll give their ears time to kind of forget what's what. And then, so they're dialing in their favorite amp, their favorite settings on each, Kemper and the Axe FX. It's all to their taste in the same chair, in the same room, on the same cab. It doesn't get any more scientific than that.
And if anybody says we did it wrong or wants to complain,
I will show up at their house. And I'll be like, come here. Right. So and then they're gonna do a blind test between the two units, just 1 amp per guy. So not only that, so that after that round's over with, we're gonna switch gears, and we're gonna switch into tube land. So now we're gonna take the same units, and then we're gonna run them through my Syn 5050 tube power section and my Mesa 212 cab.
Oh boy.
Yep, and we're going to turn off the cab sims on both units and run the test again. Same amps, same everything. And we just turn the cab sims off.
Same episode?
Same episode.
Okay.
I'll have it all set up.
You better.
Yep, I'll have it all set up. So it's going to be like a 2-minute kind of switch over, and then we're back in business. Yep. So that's how we're going to do it. So now we're going to do it with...
Berserkerland Studios says, will they all be drinking the same beer, though?
Well, we'll all be, by the end of the night, yes. We're going to do flights. So.
We need to do cheers to Ben Burnett's weekly support.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you for
you
the super
are the
chat.
best. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate that immensely. That's what keeps this channel going, too, is not only people that view, but people that support it. Because what we do with that money... as we make things better. I mean, if you guys...
buy whiskey.
Yeah.
No, we didn't buy this whiskey. This was donated.
It was donated by Dave Verbell, our good friend from Canada. But
we're so thankful for you guys.
Yes, we are. But we buy lights. We buy new carpet. The stands that you see here, the shelves with all the stuff. The stuff I bought, I bought all that. But we try to decorate the set and make it look nice for you guys. So, we're always trying to make improvements around here. So... that's basically what we do with them. We appreciate every penny. We really do.
Hey, our Will Plus in Florida said, we asked him what kind of music he played. He says everything, pop, rock, top 40s. He's using Michael Britt Profiles, the Dumble amp.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Anyway, just for your information.
I can help you with that. I definitely can. Let's hook up. Message me through Facebook.
Tone Moore's page. Yeah.
And we will hook up because I know exactly what we need to do.
Berserkerland Studios says he's been spending the afternoon dialing in metal bass tones on his Kemper.
Oh, nice. Probably a little bit of dirt on him. Oh, Kemper's great at bass tones, man. Oh my God, I've Paul, the guy I do a lot of work with in the studio for our backing tracks. He uses the Kemper for all the bass tracks because he plays bass and drums, so he'll program drums for me. And since I want a full mix, I'll say, well, can you lay some bass down on that? And then he will. He puts the bass on. He always goes through the Kemper on it, and it sounds incredible. So yeah. I love the variety, in the Kemper for that. So anyways, that's basically how we're doing fight night. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be beer, there's going to be food, and there's going to be the most scientifically perfect episode ever. So the results are just going to be what they are, and nobody can really say we did it wrong after that because these guys are using their guitar as well. So it's all it's all them. It's on them.
Right.
So I don't see how we can do it wrong.
Let's see, what else? What's next on the list? This Wednesday's video, Friedman JJ Jr. combo, is that Wednesday?
Yeah. No, that was that's the one I already did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
you're doing another one.
I'm doing another one this Wednesday.
Aren't you guys lucky?
Yeah, so last week I did the Friedman JJ combo video. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but that was a lot of work. Got that done. Motor City Guitar was kind enough to let me keep it overnight.
They've been very kind to you these days.
Yeah, they let me keep it overnight, and I was able to, really get to know it, dial it in. The most surprising thing about that amp was how good the direct out was on it through the cab sim, because as soon as I plugged it in through that, I was like, oh, wow, I definitely prefer this over the speaker itself.
Didn't I screenshotted a couple comments about that, didn't I?
I think so.
I think so, too. Let us see what they said.
You best read them.
Oh, Will Plus Music. Thank you so much. Super chatted.
Oh, wow.
Peace and love, guys.
Thank you. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate that.
Let's see. Okay, yeah. So this
awesome.
Is from Andrew Stonerock. So here's a viewer comment from Andrew Stonerock about the JJ Jr. combo review. There isn't any real volume difference between 20 and 100 watts. You're just adding power section headroom. And you say...
I think there's a little bit, but I mean, he's pretty right. I mean, you're definitely going to get more headroom. But what I will say is that the 100 watts that amp, or the 20 watts that amp puts out is huge. Mm-hmm. You can definitely keep up with a drummer and a full band with that amp, no problem. I mean, it was huge. Yeah. Matt Figg said hi. What's up, Matt? How you doing, man? Thanks for stopping by.
I'm going to type in your email for Wayne Y. He says, do you have email? He's not on Facebook.
Oh,
so
sure.
I'm going to do the Rain one?
Yeah, okay. Please. I mean, it sounded great, though, at the louder volumes. I had it up in my living room, and I was playing through it. I was like, oh, my God, this thing's freaking loud. I'm not a huge fan of open back cabs. They sound a little boxy to me, but I really did like the direct outs a lot, because it took all that boxiness away, because it's just an amp sim, or cab sim at that point. And Dave did a great job on that cab sim. There's two sims. There's the on-access mic'd cab sim and the off-access mic'd cab sim, and they both sounded really good. And I just found it really easy to record with. And I had to slam it pretty hard with the overdrive pedal to get it to do what I wanted to do, but it worked really well. But then again, it's not a metal amp. Yeah. It's more of a classic rock amp. So, but that does speak volumes for it, because if you do slam it hard, it'll do what you want. You just got to spank it a little harder than you do other things.
Just like your kids.
Yeah, just like some kids out there. Like, little Joey, he'll go mow the lawn. You just gotta smack him.
There is a humongous spider climbing up.
I see it.
I'm surprised you're not running for the hills, man.
No, it's like one of those. It's not a poisonous spider.
Are we gonna let that go, or should I go get it?
No, we'll let it go.
We'll let it go, because I can get it.
Yeah.
I don't think I can let it go.
No.
I think I'm gonna have to kill the spider.
No, he's fine.
Okay.
No, he ain't gonna hurt nobody. He's just one of those little teeny bodies with the long legs kind of spiders. He ain't gonna hurt nobody. If it was a giant hairy freaking wolf spider, yeah.
It just better stay over there.
He'll be
almost
fine.
To the ceiling.
Yeah. I've been watching him for the last few minutes. Yeah. I
just
think you can see
him.
It's all good. Yeah. So, anyways, but that's kind of.
Sorry, I derailed. Let's see. Derek says Fight Night Bass Edition could be fun. Oh, that would make me really happy.
That would be kind of cool. One of these times.
I think I'm a closet bass player.
It's possible.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's possible. I mean, we could do that. It's hard to get all these bass players together, though. Bass players are the busiest musicians around here, because everybody needs one.
Yeah.
So all the bass players we know are in 3 different bands, because it's hard to find a good one.
Brett Murphy says, kill the spider. Let the other spiders know what you're capable of. Oh, he's coming back down.
He's coming back down.
Dude, I can't do it. I gotta go get the spider.
Just do your thing, man.
Okay, I gotta get the spider.
Yeah. All right. Live TV here, folks. We're killing spiders. You see them?
Yeah.
It's kind of dark down here.
Got him.
Got him? Did you get... Is he done?
He climbed out of the Kleenex.
He climbed out of the Kleenex and... Oh my god. That was classic. All right. Collect yourself.
I'm collecting. Okay.
All right.
Ta-da! There we go.
You ever see that meme on Facebook where the guy's like putting a jar over the spider and it jumps at the camera? You're like, oh.
Have you ever seen the one where they take a flamethrower?
Yeah, those are classic, man.
All right. You don't see it crawling on me or anything.
So, I wouldn't say anything.
You better say something. Jeez.
She's on here talking and things crawling across.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. That's funny.
Okay. I don't see acorns. Okay. It's not
You're
my
good.
hair.
You're good. Live TV, man. It's going to happen. Yep. Yeah, I got to warm up because I got some playing to do.
Yeah. I can't hear it. I didn't put my in-ears in. Yeah,
that's right. I was like, you're not going to hear all my awesome mistakes. And she's like, yeah, that's why I'm not wearing earbuds.
Nice. You ready? You can play something?
No, in a minute. I got to warm up a little bit first. But
any other questions that you guys have? What were we talking about before the spider?
You're reading comments.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Let me go back. We had one more that I thought to screenshot. This is from Ben Burnett. Great review of the amp. The direct out tones you got are the first tones of those type that I would consider mix worthy. That amp comes alive via the direct out. Friedman nailed that feature, and I love the close-ups of the settings you used. Helped us beginners get started in the right direction.
Yeah, well, thank you for the comment, Ben. Yeah, I mean, the direct outs were really good on it. I thought, I mean, if you guys want to hear the difference, I recorded 2 different versions of that amp in a full mix. I recorded it with a mic, and then I did the direct out, and I put them right up against each other so you can hear. And I really loved how it sounded with the direct out. I'm not saying I didn't like the mic'd version, but I just preferred the direct out better. And that's a cool feature because here's the thing with that amp. You can unplug the speaker without hurting the amplifier because Dave puts in an automatic load on there. So that was really cool. That saves you a lot of money because load boxes aren't cheap, you know, and it's just one less piece of gear you got to bring around. So you can actually take that amp and play live with it and just go direct out if you prefer that, and they can pump you through the monitors. Or if you use in-ears, what do you need a speaker for? You know, just use your in-ears and you get the Friedman tone and all the features of the amp, and you don't have to worry about the stage noise. So I really like that a lot. It was really cool. I would highly recommend that amp to anybody who loves that kind of tone, like that genre. I'm not a huge Marshall fan, and I know Friedmans are like hot-rodded Marshalls, but that one actually did a really good job on all that stuff. You know, it really did. You know, speaking of amps, Jay Croft, who is the guy that brings over the XFX 3 and the awesome beer.
Jay, where are you, by the way? You should be
I think he was out of town or something, so he might be here. I don't know. But he's gonna get together with me, and we're gonna do a review of his Rev General amp with the cab.
That was wasn't that the one where I was like, hey, normally I'm like, sounds like another guitar, but that one I was like, whoa, I rubbernecked it a little bit.
Yeah, that amp was really, really good when he brought it over, and it weighs 1 billion pounds, but it's worth it though because it sounded absolutely incredible. So. We're gonna
Will
do
Plus
that.
Music asked if you have any favorite profile makers.
Yes, I do.
Yes. Next.
No, I do. Thanks for the question. Live Ready Sound makes the ones that I use the most. I use the Fat Metal Pack, and they sound incredible. I'll be actually demoing that in a minute here. Those are the ones I'm going to use tonight. but they sound even better, like all of them do, through the real power amp and real cabs. They sound incredible through those. So, and I helped dial those in, and so what we did is we put all the effects on there, and then you can tweak them for your needs. Number one. Number two, we actually made them with more gain than you need, because with the Kemper, adding more gain actually is more artificial than taking gain away. So what we decided to do is say, well, here's all the gain that you could ever want, and then you could pull it back for rhythms and leave it maybe where it's at as profiled for your lead tone. So that's kind of what our decision was. So so now there's really not a whole lot of like unauthenticness about them. There's no fakeness about them. There's about as real as you're going to get. And I trust him. And Tim Warner's the guy that owns Live Ready Sound and makes all the profiles. And I've actually shot a lot of his profiles out against real amps, and no one's been able to tell the difference yet. So that to me speaks volumes. Matt Fig has some really good ones as well from Motor City Mods, and I also like Guido Bungenstock's Diesel. He's got this Diesel profile.
Good luck Googling that.
Yeah, exactly.
Bungenstock.
Yeah, but
you have to use the microphones.
Yeah, don't use the Google microphone for that. You might end up somewhere you don't want to be. But the Diesel VH4 profile that comes with the Kemper stock is incredible, and I use it all the time. I love it. So those three guys, I mean, Matt Figs are great, Live Ready Sound, and Guido Bungenstock. I mean, there's some other ones. There's Synmix. There's, these other guys that make profiles and stuff, and they all do a pretty good job. It just depends on what your taste is, and those ones fit my taste the best. And here's what I look for. I don't want mix-ready profiles, because a lot of times mix-ready profiles aren't fun to play. They don't feel right. They're really thinned out and overly homogenized. They're castrated. What I like about the Live Ready stuff is that they're actually like what the name says. They're live ready. They're raw. You can use them in a live mix and stand out without having to do anything. I mean, they're not overly homogenized. They're just good raw profiles, and they sound and feel incredible. Because a lot of times what I've found with Kemper is, you watch a YouTube video on profiles, right? And you're like, oh, these sound great, and you download them and you put them in your Kemper, and all of a sudden your hands don't like them, so now your ears follow suit, and they don't like them either, because they're overly homogenized for a mix. You guys got to remember this. Like when a lot of people that are using Kemper profiles, they're studio engineers. They're sitting in a chair, turning a knob, picking a profile that fits in their mix. They're not playing guitar. They're literally mixing albums with these, and they're homogenized for that magic, mix that they're looking for. And it's like, oh, this will work perfect in the mix. And then the guitar players go, dude, what profiles did you use on our album? Why use these? Send them to me. I want to use them. And then they get them, and they don't like them, because they're mix-ready studio kind of profiles. You want ones that are made for players. You got guys that just want to play and enjoy how they feel and interact with their hands. So that's
Ben said LRS Live Ready Sound also makes fantastic impulse responses. Tim will even answer emails. Great company.
Yeah, it's true. Tim's a great guy. Very down-to-earth guy. He's not unapproachable. He'll talk to you. He'll send you stuff, In fact, best of both worlds, this Live Ready Sound profile I'm using tonight is actually a one with an impulse response on it too. So it's a direct amp profile with a impulse response. Yep. So it's going to sound really good.
Bill says that's exactly his problem. He feels like the amp's in another room.
Yeah, I mean that's the hardest thing, and a lot of times too, it's the speaker that you're using too, the speaker cab. A lot of guys use those plastic wedges and stuff, and I get it. We're all on budgets. We all can't afford to, buy all this fancy stuff. But, and I understand that. But there's a sacrifice that's made for saving a bunch of money on a speaker cab. Because I honestly think the speaker cab is more important. It's more of a 60-40 thing. The profile is the 40, and this cab is the 60. Because you can have a killer profile and you play it through the wrong speaker cab, it sounds like crap. It just sounds awful. But you can have a moderately good profile and play it through a wonderful speaker cab like the Friedmans. I haven't played the ones that you got. I think you got the Laneys. I haven't played those yet. But if they're really good cabs, I mean, you play anything through them, they're going to actually improve them, and yeah, so it could be that. I think you're playing through the Laneys, if I remember right. Isn't he playing through the Laneys?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
I can scroll up and look.
And the one I'm playing through tonight, let me mute the mic real quick. This is what this one sounds like. So that's what that sounds like. So that's a Live Ready Sound EVH EL34 with a one of his impulse responses of it's a Mesa 212 with vintage 30s in it, and the mics he used for that was the Royer 121 and the 57. So that's like my favorite combination of mics is the Royer and the 57. It's like the modern kind of miking technique that like Petrucci uses and a lot of other guys use now too. Yep, you get the fullness of the Royer and you get the cut of the 57. So, yeah. So, anyways, we got 22 people here.
Ed says, "Is that the 2019 Majesty?"
Good question. This is the Monarchy series. So this is the one right before the 2019s. And I will be doing a review of the 2019s very soon, thanks to Motor City Guitar.
Somebody had a good Christmas present.
So yeah, I'll be doing a review of that one very soon. I can't wait to do it.
Didn't he just release like a matte black?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so nice.
Yeah. I don't remember which one that I'm doing a review of, but all I know is I saw them unbox it and they opened it right in front of me at the store and they're like, "Well, this is what you'll be probably reviewing," and it had what I noticed is the shield's bigger. So it's got a bigger shield. I don't know if you could see that on the camera here, but there's like a, section here where the shield is, and it's bigger. And they're just, I think they use different pickups. Mm-hmm. So those are the biggest differences. Is you get a new colors, bigger shield, different pickups. So.
Hi, Steve. He's joined in.
Oh, is he? Oh, cool. Yeah. What's up, man?
He says seeing Sammy's set last night makes him want to get a Friedman.
Yeah, those Friedmans, I agree. They sound great when they're mic'd, and they sound great in live situations. I think that they're great amps. My hands prefer other amps.
Yeah.
But I can't deny how good they are.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's like not all of us are going to like the same thing.
Yeah.
And just so you guys know, I'm broadening my horizons on the channel, like what I review. So a lot of times I might review something that maybe I personally wouldn't buy, but I know it's good.
Yeah.
It's just not my taste, but I'm trying to keep it so that, more people will watch, and I'm not trying to be the sellout. I'm just trying to review things that I know are good and are popular and that are in high demand, and I'm just giving people an opportunity to hear it.
Yeah.
And I try to always put them in a mix, run them through the paces with multiple settings, and at least at that point they can make a little more educated decision on it. And I try to keep my opinions out of some of the stuff. Not because I don't recommend it, and I don't want to tell you that. I don't get paid for these reviews, by the way. So,
not yet.
Not yet, but hopefully someday. But even then, I would still, not review something that I didn't like. But I just try to keep myself out of certain things because I don't like it, it doesn't mean A, it's not good,
right,
and B, it wouldn't work for you. Because, right. Because let's face it, there's a reason why there's a billion different guitars.
Yeah.
There's a reason why there's a billion different microphones and different chairs and different phones and types of whiskey, and you know what I mean? If we were all... it's not like Demolition Man where everything's Taco Bell. You know what I mean? There's a reason why it's all different, So that's why I try to keep my opinions out of certain things too much because, like I said, I don't want to steer people away from something that would work but really well for them.
Wayne Y says he has a blue Monarchy and he loves it. He got it through Motor City and had to wait a year for it.
Mm-hmm.
Woo.
Yep. Yeah, these guitars are in high demand. Like when they come out, they're gone. Before they even hit the stores usually. So
Ed said, "Tiger Eye?" ? Is that something on the face of the guitar?
yes, yeah. The new one of the new Majesties is a tiger eye. So the whole thing is like there's no shield. It's just like this giant striped, but it's like it's beautiful. It's a flame. I think it's a flame maple top, and it's just gorgeous. And but that was like $5,500. Yeah, I ain't spending that.
That's right.
I'm not spending that on a guitar.
That's right.
I'm sure it's worth it, but that is out of my budget. I've got enough expensive stuff. I don't need to be, getting too much of that stuff.
You have a bunch of guitars that you need to sell.
Yeah, I do.
You should say that.
Yeah, I'm selling some 2 Ibanez Prestige 6 strings, and
one is red. Right? And you have a black one?
No, those are gone. Those are the other S Series 7 strings. Yeah, so these are Ibanez Prestige 6-string guitars that are in mint condition. They've been sitting in cases for over 3, maybe even 4 years now. I don't even play them anymore. And another Ibanez, can't remember the model, but I'll be posting them on Facebook Market soon. Because I don't play them. Once you play one of these, it's like I'm just used to the bridge. It's not I don't like Floyd's anymore. I prefer these bridges, and the string spacing on these I just prefer it. My hands like it better, so I just can't go back to them. I feel like they just feel like foreign. Then they're great guitars. They just feel too foreign to me.
You've used them for years.
Yeah, they just feel too foreign. I don't want to have to get to know a guitar again. I just rather play and just not have to work into all that stuff anymore. So, yeah. So, what else we got?
We're caught up.
We caught up? Mm-hmm. All right. How about I do... I'll attempt to... Let's see here. Yeah, how was that show, Steve, about Sammy's... I wish Sammy Bowler's an amazing guitar player. He's a local guy, and he's really good. I weren't able to see the show, but I'm sure it was really good. So let me sound check here. I gotta close out of this. Yeah. Because I'm using my phone for for the YouTube.
Do you need to mute the mic?
Yes, I will. As soon as I find my files, let me test this.
So don't forget, next Sunday is our next fight night. Always the first Sunday of every month. So it'll be Sunday, December 1st, this coming Sunday, where we do the rematch between XFX 3 and the Kemper. Jay's bringing it back, and we're going to spend a whole day doing it differently.
Yes, that's going to be awesome. That's going to be really good. Yeah, I think this should work. Let's just test it real quick. All right, let's give this a shot here. Let me mute the live stream mic and unmute the track. Okay, so that's that in a mix. A little rusty on that. I haven't played that in a while. I haven't played that since last Sunday.
I was going to say, it hasn't been that long.
Yeah, well, with some of this stuff, man, I don't play it daily. I'm screwed.
You've been practicing something else.
Yes, I have been. Some acoustic stuff that you and I have been working on. So, but yeah, so that's a Live Ready Sound EVH EL34 profile in a full mix there. And I didn't have the effects on, but I could turn those on for you real quick. So like here is some moderate delay, you know. It's a stereo delay I put on it. And then, like, there's a good lead kind of delay in here, too. I put it on a morph setting. So there's that, you know. So I think the delay on that's around 75% as far as the mix goes. So, yeah, it all depends on your band. It depends on if you have a keyboard player. It depends on if you have another guitar player. You know, how loud your drummer is. There's so many variables, but 75... How picky
your singer is.
Yeah, exactly. That too. But it there's a lot of variables there. So but I think 75% is a good place to start, and then just adjust it from there. Your lead delay should always sound like it's too much by itself. Like when you play it by itself, it's like, gosh, that's just too much. But in a mix, it's perfect, and that's what you're doing. So a lot of times when I'm playing at home, practicing at home just by myself, I'll actually use the rhythm delay setting because it just sounds a little more appropriate, you know. So like by itself, it sounds great, but there's the conundrum. Yeah, it sounds great by itself, but as soon as I go into a mix, like, well, that's wrong. That's what the whole problem is. When it sounds great by itself, you already know it's not going to sound good in a mix. And I'm talking about effects settings. They should be a little more exaggerated to help you out with the mix settings.
Vox Pathfinder says speed metal without distortion sounds a lot like surf music.
No, he's right. He's exactly right.
Berserkerland Studios. Wow, that was a hell of a change to play through. It's a killer.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I should probably do it again to redeem myself. There's a couple of flubs I had in there, but I didn't use some of the effects that I'm used to using and stuff. Just so you guys know, like, I get really nervous playing live. Not in a live, like, person-to-person, like, bar, like we played on stage. I don't get as nervous with that. I mean, but playing here, it's something I have to learn how to overcome. Because as soon as I start playing live on our channel, I start second-guessing everything that I'm doing. The stuff that's going through my head is... Don't screw up. No, you do it like this, and don't forget that part, and this, and I start nagging myself, like, in my head, and next thing I know, I'm doing everything wrong because I'm just like, just leave me alone, you know. It's like this horrible... Stevie T has the same problem. You guys all know who he is. He's got 1 billion subscribers, but he's 10 times better than me, and he's like, I can't play live. I got a horrible, like, anxiety about it, you know, and I get the same way on YouTube. It's a thing I have to overcome.
Is it because really it's out there forever?
Yeah, it's out there forever, because like you make a mistake at a bar, and 90% of the people didn't hear it, and the 10% that did it just goes by. It doesn't get replayed. It doesn't get snapshotted and shared with friends, and you know what I mean, and trolled and this and that. It's just like it's done, you know. But here, I don't take down our videos, so it's like it's just out there for everybody to enjoy. Yeah. You know, to enjoy. And every channel has hate watchers. You know what I mean? Not that I care what they think, but still, I don't want to give them food.
Right now.
Oh, there are. Hey, hate watchers.
Hi, hate watchers.
They're usually the ones that watch and don't comment. Yeah. You know, and then they make snarky comments to their friends on Facebook. Oh man, check it out. Blah blah blah. You know, and it's like, whatever, I don't care, you know.
That's what makes the world go round.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's not the main reason why I get you know, uptight about playing live. It's mainly just I just don't want to screw up, you know. And so I have to get over that. And the only way to do it is to keep playing live on the channel and basically just literally, like, you know, make horrible mistakes.
Going, shut up, Jared. Shut up, Jared.
That's probably what you're thinking.
You're fine.
You're fine.
You're fine.
No, but it's true though. Like I have a hard time with it. I really do. You know, I do have to overcome it. Let me do it again with the effects. Let me make sure I got all the. I remember where everything is. All right, let me do it again one more time here. Hang on. That was a little better. Yeah, that was a little better. Now you got a chance. And I did that on purpose so that the other... who was it that was asking about the effects? I'm sorry. There's a lot going on here, so I forget the name. He wanted me to help him out with the...
Will Plus Music?
Yes. I did it for him mainly, too, so he could hear how I got my effects dialed in for a full mix. So hopefully those came across well, through the YouTubes, because that's kind of how I got my stuff set up. And like I said, in my opinion, it's a good starting point.
Yeah.
So like with this profile pack, what you're gonna get is like the delay that you've already heard. You're also gonna get like flangers. So you're gonna get that, and like this guy here. This is like the I think it's Eddie Van Halen's like phaser set. So you get that as well. It's all dialed in, and then you get, I believe this is a phaser after the amp. So you get that as well, and that's all in there dialed in, and then you can just tweak it to whatever your tastes are. So that's what me and Tim did. We just went over what I think are like the main effects that I think people would use, and there's not chorus in there, but I think on one of them I did do a chorus on one of the, because you get like 15 amps or 10, 15, I don't remember how many amps you get, but on some of them they'll have chorus instead of the phaser, so you can check that out too. Tim did all the profiling. Basically what I did is I just picked the impulse response that I thought was the best out of the ones that he sent me, and I picked the effects, dialed those in, and then I just gave him a list of amps that was like, I think these would be cool to profile, and then he would send me like obteen profiles of each amp, and I would pick the one that I liked the best, and then we put together in a pack, and that's it, and they all sound really good in my opinion. There's a lot of great amps in there, So, anyways, where are we here?
We're caught up to date on the comments. It's about 10 after.
I'm just getting a message here I gotta read here. Speaking about live Kemper settings with CHST.
I think that was from before.
In the chat. Oh, okay.
Yeah, in the chat.
All right, cool.
We got it.
All right, cool. Thanks, Ben. Yeah, so anyways, next week, tune in for a really, really special event with our Fight Night rematch with the XFX3 and the Kemper stage. And again, we'll have everybody come over, dial in the presets the way they like them on both units, independent of each unit too. So not just going to go straight from Axe to Kemper. They're going to do all Axe, have some food, come back down, all Kemper, same amp, same cab, same everything, same guitar. Everything's dialed into their taste, and then we're going to switch it up after the first round of units going through the Friedman, and then we're going to send them all through the the power section and the real cab. We're going to mic that cab, and so you guys can hear the mic'd cab on YouTube, and you guys will hear everything the way it's supposed to be there. And Yeah, I just think that that's going to be the most scientific way of doing it. I think it's going to be really cool.
And it starts an hour earlier, so instead of 6, it'll be at 7. It will be at 6.
6. Yeah. It will be at 6 Eastern Standard Time. And this Wednesday, I plan on putting up an episode about Do Tubes Matter. I don't know if that's the final, title of it, but I'm going to shoot out and discuss how the Helix sounds by itself, recorded direct and recorded through a mic'd cab that's powered through a tube power amp. And then we're also going to talk about how it sounds and feels in the living room when I play them against each other through the Helix, through just a regular, FR cabs, and the Helix through the power amp and real cabs. And is it worth it? Is it worth getting all the extra gear? Does it sound that much better or that much different or not? And I'm going to also show you what a loadout looks like with each way of doing things, so that you can actually have a real world kind of look at, like, well, all right, so let's say I did go this. And I'm going to try to cover all the bases. Like, so if you decided to go tubes, what are the benefits of that? And what is the responsibility with it? And i.e., how much gear do you have to buy? What does your loadout look like? And is it worth it? So I'm going to do all that too. I'll try to have that up by Wednesday. It's a lot of work, but I'll try to have that done. I've already recorded the tracks so that you can hear the difference. And now I just got to record all the talking points, and all that kind of stuff, which is definitely not my strong suit. I mean,
I'll stop.
Well, I love going live, and I love having you here so we can converse and talk to everybody live, because I just have a different feeling. But looking at a camera and doing talking points, it's like I'm still trying to get used to that and get good at it.
Great job.
Well, thank you, but I think there's room for improvement, and I'm trying to improve with that. So that's the hard part with me.
Well, we wanted to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving. Thanks again for tuning in. Don't forget to come back next week.
Yes, thank you very much. We really appreciate you all very much.
Right.
So we will see you next week for
Fight Night. 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Kemper versus XFX 3 rematch. And this one's going to be one for the books. So we'll see you guys all soon. Thank you very much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Have a good night, everybody.